If you're an educator, you definitely know this feeling, right? You hand out a textbook and it feels like it's already a little out of date the moment you buy it. Well, in this explainer, we're going to unpack a super powerful playbook to help you move beyond the book and really start to transform your classroom.
So let's just start with a big reality check. I mean, our students live in a world where everything is instant, everything's connected. So we really have to ask ourselves, are these static, printed books actually the best tool to get them ready for a future that looks nothing like the past? And to really answer that, we first need to get honest about the real limitations of the classic textbook. Because let's face it, in a world that's always evolving, our educational tools have to keep up. And when you put them side by side, the contrast is, well, it's pretty stark. On one side, you've got this model that can be isolating, really expensive, and honestly, out of date before the ink is even dry. But on the other side, technology just throws the doors wide open to a learning environment that's collaborative, totally current, and way more accessible. It's not just about a different tool, it's a completely different way of learning.
Okay, so we've kind of nailed down the problem. But what's the solution? Well, it's not just about swapping a book for a screen. It's much deeper than that. It's about a fundamental shift in our entire philosophy of teaching.
At the very heart of this shift is this idea of student-centered learning. The goal is actually pretty simple, but so powerful. We want to move students from being passive listeners to being active, engaged architects of their own education.
And this quote just nails it. When students get a say in the why, what, and how of what they're learning, they take real ownership. They're not just memorizing facts for a test anymore. They're developing the most important skill of all, which is learning how to learn.
Now, all of that sounds great in theory, right? But how do you actually make it happen in a real classroom? Let's get practical. We're going to break it down with a simple 4-step playbook that any educator can start using.
And this isn't about just picking a flashy new app. It's a real strategy. You start with the student, you figure out the need, you communicate the change clearly, and then you keep refining your approach based on actual feedback. It's this smart loop that ensures the technology is serving the learning and not the other way around.
So let's dig in a bit. You absolutely have to start with student input because if they don't see the point, they're just not going to engage. Then focus on the why before the what. What learning problem are you trying to solve? Then you can find the right tool. And of course, open communication is key to get everyone on board. And that constant feedback, that's what turns a pretty good idea into a great, sustainable practice that actually lasts. Okay, so what does all of this look like in action? Let's check out a fantastic case study from a nursing program that put this whole student-centered model to the test, and, spoiler alert, the results were pretty remarkable. So the Sunny Delhi nursing program had this massive problem. In a field like healthcare, things change literally every single day. But their super expensive textbooks were basically stuck in the past. They had to find a way to give their students the most current knowledge out there. And their solution? It was genius. They replaced that static textbook with on-demand webinars from leading experts in the field. And the results were a total game changer. I mean, content went from outdated to real-time. Students saved a ton of money. Engagement shifted from just passive reading to active, flexible learning. And the feedback from the students? Yeah, they loved it. It was overwhelmingly positive. And here's the real kicker. You ready for this? This massive improvement, this huge upgrade that totally enhanced the student experience and the quality of their education, it was done at zero additional cost to the college. It was a win for students, a win for faculty, and a big win for the budget. That nursing program really drives home just how powerful video can be as a learning tool. But here's the thing, not all video is created equal. So how can you make sure your videos are genuinely engaging and actually effective? Let's just quickly cover 5 key best practices. So the key here is being intentional. You've got to keep videos short because attention spans are, well, short. Use a conversational, enthusiastic style. Your energy is contagious. Use visuals to add to what you're saying, not just repeat it. And this is the most important one. Embed your video inside an active learning task. A video should never be the end of the lesson. It should be the spark that starts it. So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a challenge. This isn't about throwing out every single book tomorrow. It's about taking one small intentional step. So look at your curriculum and just ask yourself, what's one textbook you could replace to make learning more dynamic, more current, and more engaging for your students? We've given you the playbook, and now the next move is yours.